Hello and welcome to India Today's SoSouth. I'm Shilpa Nair. I cover the state of Tamil Nadu for India Today. Elections are done and dusted, but there's a lot more to dissect regarding these numbers, what it means for the country, what it means for the states, and what it means for the political parties in some of these states. And today we are, of course, going to be discussing about the AIADMK, which is the principal opposition party here in Tamil Nadu. In the run up to the Lok Sabha elections and even during the elections, the sense that we got from the ground was that the DMK, of course, had an edge, the DMK led alliance had an edge, and that has been reflected in the final numbers as well. They've swept the elections in Tamil Nadu. But the real question was who is going to emerge as the second biggest party in Tamil Nadu? Is it going to be the AIADMK or is it going to be the BJP? Because the BJP kept saying that once these elections are over, they are going to become the biggest opposition party in the state of Tamil Nadu. Has that happened? The numbers really show that it hasn't, because the AIADMK has managed to hold on to its vote share. In 2019 general elections, the AIADMK had a vote share of around 19%. In 2024, the AIADMK has a vote share of around 20%. But the cause of concern for the Dravidian party, of course, lies in the fact that the AIADMK has been pushed to the third position in 11 constituencies and the fourth position in one constituency of Kanyakumari. And in 7 constituencies, the party has lost its deposit. Now, many say this is probably one of the worst performances of the AIADMK since its inception. And the series of defeats continue after the death of AIADMK Supremo Jai Jayalalitha. To talk a little bit more about this, joining me is Kovai Sathyan, spokesperson of the AIADMK. So many thank you for joining us in this discussion. I want to begin by asking you first, what went wrong for the AIADMK in the 2024 elections?
The anti-BJP wave was well capitalized by DMK with their narratives. We indeed had a breakup of our relationship of an ally a few months before the elections, before it could sink in and start gaining momentum. The fake and clever narrative of DMK that we have an illicit affair with BJP, I think it gained grounds. And before things could set in and we could feel the momentum, elections were on the cards. So yet another example of how anti-BJP wave in Tamil Nadu has favored somebody who is against it. So DMK reaped the benefits. And the scenario 2 is 2014, the third front formed by BJP, whatever votes they gained could clearly give an edge to AIADMK. But now in 2024, whatever votes that BJP split gave an edge to DMK. These are the two fundamental reasons why the results are like this. However, the most solacing part is on 2019 elections, the vote bank stood at 18%. Now, with analysis ongoing, I'm in the process of completing the data analysis. Now, the ally with ally stands at 22.72. Without ally, we are almost close to 21. So that's a good sign that there is an acceptance in the minds of the people that single leadership is what the way forward for AIADMK. I think there is an acceptance and recognitions for the same. And
You
within
talked
2
about
years,
the AIADMK BJP alliance, and I want to ask you on that because now there's a lot of talk about the fact that had the AIADMK and BJP fought this election together, they could have damaged the prospects of DMK in at least 10 to 15 seats. Yesterday, of course, Annamalai went on to say that, on paper, if you calculate the vote shares of both the BJP and AIADMK, we could have at least 130 seats. That is what Annamalai, the BJP chief, said. Do you think, in hindsight, the breaking up of the BJP-AIADMK alliance was a mistake as far as the Lok Sabha elections are concerned on the side of the
absolutely not.
AIADMK?
Absolutely not. See, the other side, when you do the post-mortem, is these are supposed to be discussed internally. But I can share one point which is going to be on the discussion front. AIADMK, we boycotted the media for almost 2 years' time. Since 2021, after the assembly results, we boycotted the media for a brief period of 2 years of time. And thereon, from 2 years of time, the narrative is set in such a way that it is BJP versus DMK. And BJP, on their side of narratives, they are very strong on media stating that we are the opposition, not AIADMK. So the whatever votes that BJP reaped or anti-DMK votes. Ideally, the anti-DMK votes are supposed to be harvested by us AIADMK. But the votes given to BJP are anti-DMK because of their narrative that they are the opposition, not AIADMK. So joining hands with BJP, we could have really pulled ourselves down to a vote bank of less than 15%. That could have been the end of AIADMK altogether. So what benefited them is what if you do a SWOT analysis, what was the strength of our opposition, DMK, and as well as BJP's, they were very strong in their media presence, be it the frontline media, be the electronic media, or be the social media. They were very strong and very powerful, and they were spinning narratives continuously so that the mind space of the voters and people were predominantly occupied by these two people, the DMK and BJP. I think that's the result what people had seen now. In way
The
forward,
question is also, why didn't the AIDMK also become so aggressive in terms of, in terms of amping up pressure against the DMK government? Or like you said, you yourself said that the BJP was taking up a lot of media space, and they were pushing out one narrative after the other. What stopped the AIDMK from doing that? Because there's a sense amongst political observers that the AIDMK is not being as aggressive as an opposition party as the BJP is currently doing.
see, our leader, as the principal opposition leader, has voiced for every issue that cropped up in the state, which directly affects the livelihoods of the people. Say, for example, the free flowing of drugs, the rights of Tamil Nadu with respect to water rights, the development, and whatever the welfare schemes that were launched in AIDMK, which were completely sidelined and curtailed by DMK. So far, he has given almost close to 360 releases, press releases as a leader of opposition. What media, regional media, was interested about the ongoing case in judiciary? When we were in the transition to move from the dual leadership to the single leadership, 2021 General Council meeting, it all kick-started. The judiciary process was there for a year ongoing. So it had consumed most of the media spaces. What was more interesting for the media is to talk about the internal tussle in AIDMK rather than the press releases given by our leader as the leader of opposition. That is the space which BJP capitalized very well. Everybody know by numbers. Even in your introductory speech, you said the principal opposition. All by going by numbers and arithmetics, the principal opposition is AIADMK. And has it failed to discharge its duties? The answer is no, we have not failed. When there was an increase in the property tax, we had a protest held all over Tamil Nadu. We were not able to grab the media space because it was a conscious decision by the management, by the higher ups, not to go for media because media is all inclined towards DMK, the vernacular media, as I'm saying. So I think it has got its own pros and cons. Media are all interested to talk about the internal tussle, wherein it was only an internal party affair and matter, which was being given prominence rather than the issues raised by our leader as the opposition leader. Everything has its own pros and cons. The one which the national media, for that matter, which was praising so much of BJP and its efforts, which failed to read the common man's mindset. Now it's realizing that yes, what is missed is to reading and portraying the common man's mindset in the media, which has costed BJP big. This is what will happen for DMK as well. The vernacular medias, which are all in price of DMK now, failing to talk about the common man issues and the fundamental issues in Tamil Nadu, the Commonwealth will give his verdict in assembly elections. Then they will know where they were right, where they went wrong. Harping on AIDMK internal issues is not a media's job. Maybe it can come as a news, but not in such a way that they detailedly discuss it for hours and hours together on the evening prime times. This
Okay,
has costed big.
but coming back to the elections, when the ADMK candidate list was announced, I was there at the ADMK headquarters, and I was very surprised. The list number one and the list number two, I was very surprised, because there were no names of any senior leader in that list. Do you think if the ADMK had fielded some of its senior leaders for this election, the drubbing that you suffered or the embarrassment that you suffered in some of these constituencies, coming third and coming fourth, that could have been avoided because you've given tickets to fresh faces. Nothing wrong in that, but There was not a single senior leader in that candidate list. And when we ask ADMK leaders, many of them say, look, 2026 assembly elections is our focus, and Lok Sabha elections, yes, of course, we're fighting it, but the real focus is 2026. That is okay, but then how can an election as big as the Lok Sabha elections be taken a little lightly by the ADMK?
That is the lifeline of AIADMK. That's one of the strongest USPs of our leader Purushi Talavi Amma. A person who works hard, dedicate his work towards the party and shows loyalty will be rewarded with a recognition. And one such recognition is giving him the ticket. The dream for anybody in public life could be to become an MLA or an MP. So that's what the party is all about. It's not about hierarchy, it's not about dynasty, it's not about influence. And the next biggest trait, what our leader Edapadiyar inculcated from Amma is not only the USP of Amma, but you have to nurture younger talents. You have to nurture younger blood in the party. It is not about fielding a strong face. If going by that logic, Tamilisai should have won. She was a governor. Who else could be a more stronger face in the fray than Tamilisai? And Nainar Nagendran was a sitting MLA. And you had Raja, who was elected as a Rajya Sabha MP just 10 days before the election notification came. Who else
Very
could
well
be more
said.
stronger face? Going by that logic, they should have won. It's not about that. It's about the leadership acumen, the trait. Our leadership traits are that anybody who works for the party and shows that sincerity and dedication with loyalty will be rewarded. It's all goes by it's the two leaf symbol, the ideology, and the face of our leader, which is going to be the talking point among the minds of the people. It's not about individual charisma or individual. It doesn't matter for the party. The party history will say this is the last priority for the party. What matters is the two leaf symbol, our leader, general secretary's face, and the ideology of the party. That's what we are here to promote.
But what about the fact that in some of your own strongholds, for example, Coimbatore, it was such a high profile seat in this election. We saw the DMK winning, a DMK candidate, Ganpati Rajkumar winning, Annamalai coming second, and the ADMK candidate, Singai Ramachandran, who put up a very spirited fight, him coming third. Coimbatore was your bastion. So, what went wrong in areas like those? Even Chennai South, the ADMK has come third.
The analysis is on. I will not be able to give out any reasons for the defeat now, which is half baked. But the principal analysis, preliminary analysis says that money power has played a larger role in Coimbatore. Annamalai can take the role that I am a saint, I have not paid anything, but we know how much money is being pumped in by Annamalai in Coimbatore constituency itself. So it's too premature to make any remarks or comments. Let's the analysis get over and we'll get the feedback from the respective whoever is in charge for that. Then I think it's appropriate for us to make a comment. We don't want to make a comment now and say that people say, see, he has failed, that's why he's making an excuse. I don't want my comment to be an excuse. I want my comment to reflect the actual reality, what has transpired on the ground. So let's wait for some more time for South and Coimbatore.
But now, after the results, we're seeing statements being issued by VK Shashikala and O Pannirselvam, and them giving a call for unity within the party, saying that AIADMK should be united. Though this is something that they've been saying for quite some time now, they say that look at the number of defeats the AIADMK has had ever since the death of J. Jayalalitha. Few persons, for their selfish interests, are trying to, compromise the interests of the party. That is the accusation that they're leveling, and they say the party must be united. How do you look at these statements?
I make this humble submission to India Today through you, Shilpa. Let's say, for an example, an employee of India Today is terminated and sent out because of anti organization activities. If that person goes out of the organization, says that I'm going to be the boss of the organization, would that matter much? Would it really matter? What happens in an organization holds good for a party. A person who is being terminated for anti party activities, who doesn't have a face in the public, goes out and says that I'm going to take back AIADMK, I'm going to unite, I'm going to take up the role of a leader in calling the shots. Isn't it so absurd? What is their contribution towards the party rather than being the homemaker with Amma and Mr. O. Pannirselvam being the chamchas of somebody? He is the one who went out and waged a war called Dharma Yudham. Everybody knows it. He blamed Shashikala for the murder of Amma. He backtracked and he joined hands with DMK trying to split this party. Our leader was very smart enough to send him out. Now he joined hands with BJP Annamalai, who made such derogatory remarks our founder Anna and Amma. And he fought the elections and he lost. He is a loser. He is a losing horse. On what grounds he commands, saying that the people are behind him and he is going to take the role of doing the corrective actions in the party? His leadership acumen, his political acumen has been questioned and he miserably lost it. Why should a party worry about a person who is being sent out, who is being terminated for anti party activities? Just to
But
stay in the minds of the people, just to create a confusion, joining hands with our rivals. He is creating this nuisance. His son is all price of DMK. AIDMK is known as an anti-DMK party. And
But
whatever
isn't
is
it also a fact that, ever since VK Shashikala and O Pannirselvam and TTV Dinakaran were expelled from the ADMK, the party's prospects in South Tamil Nadu have significantly been impacted, especially the Bukkalathur community. We've seen how there's been a significant impact, with respect to their expulsions and how and the ADMK's performance in South Tamil Nadu. So don't you think time has probably come for the AIADMK to look into that aspect as well?
going by your logic, all three should have not lost in the elections. 2021, TTV Dinakaran, who claims to be one of the face in that community, has lost the assembly elections.
But TTV
Oh,
Dinakaran pushed you into
Paneerselvam.
the third position in
Oh,
Theni. Even
oh,
OPS pushed you into the third
Paneerselvam.
position in Ramanathapuram.
No, now, not only the assembly, now the MP elections. The person who beat him, Tanga Tamil Selvan, was his loyalist. He was one of the MLAs who got disqualified by AIDMK for anti-party activities along with him. Now he is a person who has joined with DMK and beaten TTV himself. Doesn't it clearly shows that how people have coalition and understanding with our rival DMK, putting the party interest at the back seat? They are traitors. And whereon Shashikala had proved her mettle contesting in the elections. She's all the time 24 by 7 in an AC cabin, AC closed room, living her retired life, octogenarian life in the closed rooms, and talking about dynamics of politics and changing dynamics in Tamil Nadu politics. What gives her that credibility? Where has she proven, apart from the homemaker of Kovai Sathyan? And O Pannirselvam, why did he run away from Theni to Ramanathapuram? Had he won in Ramanathapuram, he is lost. With the same community where there is, AIDMK is not a party for one community. Our ideology is all are one, God is one. If the community feels that they need a stronger representation, yes, our leader is very well there to listen to them, and definitely there will be a stronger representation. What needs is a representation. What is not encouraged in AIDMK is caste politics. We can't bend our ideology for individuals who want to play that caste politics for their own family welfare and benefits, joining hands with our rivals. They are traitors. You don't have a place for traitors.
Okay, last two questions. There's a lot of criticism against Edapadi K. Palliswamy, your General Secretary, because many say that he's more interested in holding on to his position as the General Secretary than strengthening the party. Given the fact that ever since the demise of J. Jayalalitha, the party has only seen defeats in elections.
If there were to be anybody else other than EPS, Edapadi K. Palanisamy, this AIDMK would have been butchered into 7 or 8 by our rivals. If there is one man who had saved this party from the clutches of rivals, is Edapadi. It's not an easy task for him, and everybody underestimated him when he took over the after the demise of Rama. When he became the same, everybody underestimated him with such a wafer thin margin of majority, out of which 3 are independent. He successfully steered Tamil Nadu to the number one state in India with his leadership and political acumen and with his governance abilities. Not only that, he managed to sail the party in a concept called dual leadership. In English, there is a saying nobody can serve under two bosses. With somebody as his deputy CM and who is the coordinator of the party, enjoying 50% of the party's authority He ensured that this party didn't fall into the clutches of our rivals and traitors like TTV Dinakaran and all. And the last phase, he saved this party. If this party is alive today, is because of only one person called EPS. Not only that, 18% when the number came after the 2019 election results, everybody mocked us, saying that the final days are numbered for AIADMK. In less than 2 years, there was an assembly election. He was the only person who toured the entire Tamil Nadu and brought back the vote bank percentage to 33. For seeking a third term, we lost the assembly elections only by a margin of 3% vote banks, which translated to 16 lakhs. He proved his caliber. He is one person who had toiled for this party since his childhood, and he has completed his 50 years, 51 years in this party. He's a person who is from the grassroots, doesn't have a tag of his father is so and so or any other such as dynasty like our rivals. If this
Okay.
party is alive today, is because of him, and everybody knows it. And
Okay.
everybody believes in his leadership capabilities. In less than 2 years' time, you will see the winds of fortune will turn towards AIDMK under his leadership.
Okay, last question. There's a big challenge ahead of you, that is the 2026 assembly elections. Uh, One, I want to know whether the ADMK is now going to go back to the drawing board and understand what went wrong and what can be changed. And second, most importantly, is there going to be a rethink in terms of the alliance with the BJP for the assembly elections?
I'll answer the second question first. There is no alliance with BJP going forward 2026. Our leader made this clear long back. Not only for Lok Sabha, for the upcoming assembly, there is no talk of alliance or whatsoever with BJP. But our leader is at Salem now. The last 3 days, he's already crunching the numbers and he knows what went right, what went wrong, who worked, who didn't work, and those district secretaries who and all supported the cadres for the selection of cadres. What were their roles? How were their contribution? Everything is there. For the last 3 days, he has got more data than anybody else in this AIADMK. And he has got so booth level data now. He's now trying to take booth level data. He's already there on the job, which we know clearly. And for your information, Shilpa, you know that he had a meeting of the district secretaries of Chennai last month in our party headquarters. That is towards 2026, preparations for 2026.
Hello?
Yeah, he must have got a call or something and
No,
must
his
have got
power went
disconnected.
off. He's logging in another 2 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway,
We can
all
cut
the
this
major
now.
chunk. Yeah, yeah. We got the major chunk. We'll cut it, and I'll thank him for this thing. One
He's
thing.
just joining in 2 minutes. We'll do
Okay.
that last question answer once again, and then
Yeah, yeah.
I'll
Cool,
sign
cool.
off.
Yeah, he's back. He's back.
Huh.
I regret the inconvenience. I didn't
No,
know
no
that the
problem.
laptop was running out of power. I was thinking it was switched on.
No
Take it.
problem. So I'll just
Yeah.
start from the that question. So one last question to you. 2026 is going to be the next big challenge for the AIADMK. Is the party now going back to the drawing board to understand what needs to be corrected, what were the mistakes that you did, and most importantly, is there going to be a rethink in terms of fixing up and patching up that alliance with the BJP for the assembly elections?
Your leader has already taken a decision and he has communicated out in open. And it is the same leadership traits of Amma. She doesn't decide fast. Once she decided, she doesn't backtrack or she doesn't go back. Same with our leader EPS. He said that it's not only for 2024, for 2026 there is no alliance with BJP, and it is final. So there is nothing called going back and rethinking on that front. And our leader is already doing the post-mortem analysis of what went right, what went wrong. The district level data are being taken, and he's already on the job. Those district secretaries who had recommended particular candidates, did they really work for them? What was their contribution? Everything is, and one advantage is he is from the grassroots. He understands the dynamics. And once the booth level data are out, and he'll be in a better position to drive us for 2026. But he has already started the process of 2026. Last month, there was a meeting in our headquarters calling out the Chennai district secretaries. The meeting was all about how to prepare Chennai for 2026 because all the 13 constituencies in Chennai is with DMK. So he knows where to start. He has already started the job of 2026. And probably it will get speeded up in days to come.
Okay, thank you. So you say that there's introspection that's happening. There's you're dissecting the numbers to see where you went wrong. So that is happening, and we hope the AIADMK does some kind of course correction because 2026 is going to be a huge challenge. It's a question of the political survival of the AIADMK. Thank you so much for your time, Kovai Sathyan.
Definitely not a political survival. It's about saving Tamil Nadu from the clutches of dynasty and corruption. Retrieving the rights of Tamil Nadu, definitely AIADMK will be there. It will get the mandate from the people.
AIADMK will be there. That's what Kovai Sathyan says. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your time and sharing your valuable insights here on India Today SoSouth.
Nandri, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Not able to hear you, Gautam.
Yeah. Shilpa, thank you. It came out really well, man. I think whenever possible, we'll keep doing this because this kind of insights, you see, even if I hosted, that's why I didn't do it. I wouldn't be able to take it forward on such a deeper level, no? So
yeah, we should have had one more journalist or something like some.
No, Sumant Raman said he'll join. Okay, then suddenly at 2:20 he said no, I some lunch appointment, something he said, and he dropped out. Both of them were lined up. So that's right.
Okay.
And even BJP I tried to get Surya or Amar Prasad also. Both of them, they're like, we're outside right now. We might not have internet and all that. So that's why I said, fine, we'll do it for now with this. So, but like that only, whenever possible, keep getting these two people.
Yeah, no problem. You tell me because, see, I don't know what your requirement is. So whenever you want me to do something like this, I can get it done.
Yeah.